Hi, I'm Suzanne from Kid Style Junkie, and I'm here today to interview the beautiful Courtney Adamo from Babyccino Kids, fellow blogger, fellow mum, although she out-trumps me with her 4 children. And she's here to discuss her year's plans to travel the world, which is happening in about 2 weeks, which is very, very exciting / jealous making. So you're leaving us. Tell us, where are you going?
So in 2 weeks from now, or actually 1 week from now, we're going and heading home to Seattle to visit family, which is something we do every summer anyway. And then we'll hang out with family for the summer, and in September we sort of start our journey. So we fly to LA first, and from LA we then fly to South America. So we get to Peru first, we think.
Oh, love to go there.
And then we spend the next 3 months kind of exploring South America. And after that we go down to New Zealand and Australia for a few months, and then we do a bit of Asia, and then we come back here to Europe to do kind of a road trip down, ending in Italy.
Don't worry about us doing school runs and homework and fighting with our children. That's fine, lovely.
We'll still be fighting with our children, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's going to be interesting, actually. So we're about to go away on the summer holiday for 2 weeks, and I'm already, in panic mode about what do I take, what do I not take. How are you going to pack for 4 kids, rucksacks for a year, different places, different climates, or are there different climates, or will it all be summer? You're just going to have a year of summer.
We kind of have intentionally, strategically planned this trip so that we're following the sun in a way. So we'll be kind of always spring or summer.
That's really even more depressing now. Thank you for that. Don't worry about us in the rain. It's fine. Yeah.
It makes it easier to pack anyway. I mean, we'll have to bring. I think each of the kids will have one of those pack-a-mac raincoats.
Yeah.
That fold up really nicely and squeeze into a suitcase, and then the kids will have. The girls will have a cardigan, and the boys will have a little hoodie. Or maybe 2 hoodies, but obviously we have to pack really minimally.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get all the kids into their own, kind of backpack if we can. I haven't packed yet, so I don't know how it's going to work. But the more we travel and the more we've kind of every time we go away, they end up wearing kind of the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
and
I find that too.
You come home and half the things haven't even been
touched.
worn yet. Yeah, and so I've learned really for myself to pack so minimally, and for the kids even more so, because they don't care if they wear something slightly soiled from the day before.
So we're going to be seeing pictures of your children in slightly soiled clothes.
Yeah.
That's a scoop right there. So what are your you've obviously got the 4 kids. What are your 2 to 3 packing essentials for each kid? Let's start with Marlo.
I mean,
the little one,
yeah.
baby.
I think I'll let them each bring one favourite toy.
Mm-hmm.
So Marlo's got a little teddy bear that she loves. It's called Baby Bear.
Is that what she gave me before to hold?
It might have been, when you walked in.
Yeah. Okay.
And that I think will come. I want them to have one thing that they feel like reminds them of home. But really, I find that when we travel, the kids will pick up, a rock and then a stick, and then when we were in Italy, the kids had pet rocks that they all had little names for, and that was their toy that they played with all week.
Low maintenance children.
No, they really don't. I don't know. They don't.
That's good. That's the result. So you don't need to
They don't need to
take
bring
so
toys.
much.
No, we're not filling suitcases with toys. So they'll each bring one thing. Definitely, they're each going to bring a journal that they can keep notes, scrapbook and do some doodling, and I want them to write in it every day or draw in it at least every day. So they'll each have a journal, they'll each have, they'll probably take some coloring pencils and some pens and
books to read.
Books, definitely. So I think, I haven't really thought it through, but I think the kids will each bring 3 or 4 books for the first leg of our journey, and then I might ask my parents to send us more once we get to New Zealand.
Yeah, because books weigh, don't they?
Yeah. And people keep telling us to put it on a Kindle, but we're not Kindle people.
No, you're not.
So,
you don't like screens, I know that.
No.
But obviously you're going to be going on many, many long journeys. How are you going to keep the kids occupied? I mean, I chuck my children straight in front of a screen just for an easy life.
I know.
What will you make an exception on this journey?
Yeah.
How are you going to keep them occupied?
We make exceptions on airplanes, so and it's actually kind of hilarious. I mean, we can fly all the way to Seattle on a 9-hour flight, and the boys will not get up from their seats.
Are they glued?
They're just like, what? What is this in front of me? So I really don't mind on an airplane them watching a couple movies, and we bring like coloring pencils and card games, so I find a deck of cards goes a long way on an airplane. They just sit there and play War or Goldfish. Yeah.
Okay, that's.
But I mean, I
so
do
lucky.
make exceptions. No, I'm not.
They're good.
It's just what they're used to. It's not like they're kind of
addicted, so they don't need it.
Yeah, they don't really. Yeah.
There's a lesson in there for the rest of us mothers who like to put our children in front of screens just to keep them quiet. What are your personal must-haves for your trip? What? Yeah.
I mean, I always hats. I'll probably have a couple hats.
Right.
Stick them into each other and find a way to get them in my suitcase.
Right.
Because I for sun protection, but also for keeping the hair out of my face and whatever.
Yeah.
I always have a scarf with me because it just can be used for so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
I will also have books. I will also have a travel journal.
Any product that's like must have for you, like I don't know, particular skincare or anything.
Chapstick. I don't know.
No, just
Burt's chapstick is like I can't go anywhere without that. I guess that's like my deserted island.
Essential.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it's a bit boring.
No, it's not, because it's great because it's like £3.
Yeah.
And it does the job.
Yeah.
My kids are fussy eaters. Well, they're fussy about most things, but they're fussy eaters. How do you think your kids, obviously you're going into different cultures and different environments, different foods, different tastes. How are your kids going to adapt? Are you going to have problems with any of them who just say, I want fries or whatever? How are they good?
They're really pretty good.
Things?
Yeah, they're really. I mean, Ivy's our pickiest eater. She's just really slow. It's not that she won't eat it. She just, if she doesn't love it, it just takes her ages to eat it. But I mean, we've always had a rule that they have to try everything. They don't have to finish their plate, but they have to try everything. And I think in a way it makes them, learn to try new things and eventually like it. I don't know. I mean, food is not a problem for us. The kids are generally quite good eaters.
That's good, because I mean, my kids, they'll look at something and they'll say no. They won't even entertain it. So that's good. No, because otherwise, how do they broaden themselves?
I really hope that they, I hope that, like you said, it does. They see all these different foods and how they're made, and I hope, I have kind of visions of them being brought back into the kitchen and watching like the big Brazilian woman make the food, and they can see, or they catch the fish and then they cook it or whatever it is. I hope that they get really involved in it and learn and kind of remember the food from each place.
Yeah.
Because I think that's, food is a good kind of memory.
It is. It's totally. It evokes.
Yeah.
The
kind of puts you right back to where you were.
That's right.
Hopefully.
Just like a photograph in a way. It's the same thing.
Often like music can do that, or the smell.
It's the same thing. And so you said the children are going to be writing journals.
Yeah.
How are you going to document your travels?
I'll be taking lots of photos. I've just taken a little course on learning how to use my camera kind of properly, because I've always done it. I've always used it on automatic mode and just like taken lots of photos and gotten kind of lucky sometimes, with a good enough camera and if you get good light. So now I've learned to use it properly in manual mode, and hopefully that'll help me take better photos. And then I'll be starting a travel blog separate to Babyccino where I can...
There's a scoop.
Where I can share photos and document kind of my observations and thoughts on each place. And
what's it going to be called?
What we love, what we don't. It'll be called somewhereslower.com.
Somewhereslower.com. Okay. What are you going to miss most about London?
Oh gosh, I mean, our friends, obviously. The school. Big one. I think of all the things this week that's made me the most emotional, it's leaving the school. So today's the last day of school, and I think it might be a weepy day. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. So the school, our friends. I don't know. I mean, I love London. It's a great city, and I love that there's always something to do, and you can always get good food, and you can always go something interesting. But we'll be doing that. We'll be discovering something new all the time. So
just slower.
Yeah, just doing it more slowly.
Slower.
Yeah.
So tell me, as a family, what's been your favourite place in London to eat, thing to do, favourite place to shop for your children, and favourite online store, please?
Okay, so our favourite thing to eat, what?
Favourite place, like restaurant, is there a favourite restaurant of yours?
Yeah, so we really love Pizza L'Antica in Hampstead. We love their pizza. We go probably at least, once every couple of weeks we're there.
Okay, let's try that one. What's been your favourite family outing? A museum or a place or a park or where's?
I mean, Hampstead Heath has got to be up there, and I mean, we used to live right off the Heath, for lots of years. So we would just walk right into the Heath and up to Kenwood, and we kind of had our little ritual. And I'll definitely miss doing that because that was really...
It's beautiful, and it's also it's literally the countryside.
Yeah,
you're in the centre of London.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. You could be a million miles away. It must be nice for you. It sort of brings you back to your tulip field when you were a kid.
Yeah, it is. It is. It makes you feel like you kind of breathe.
Yeah.
And the kids can run freely.
Yeah.
And climb trees and whatever. It kind of gives you a sense that they're doing what you
got to do as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me your favourite place to shop for your kids. Well, and for you. Let's just throw that one in as well. But for your kids.
Well, obviously, Elias and Grace.
Beautiful.
It's been always a favourite. So if I'm shopping for clothes for them, I go there. I also like Couverture in
Notting
Hill. Yeah.
Very cool.
I always think they have such a pretty selection of clothes and decor and little gifts. And
it's really nicely edited, isn't it?
It's so well edited, yeah.
Yeah.
And the mum is a mum at the school, so...
Oh, is she?
Yeah, so it's nice to support. And also, I guess, Elias and Grace, so...
Goes to your school as well?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong school. And what about for yourself? Where do you like to shop?
I always like to go to Notting Hill if I'm feeling...
So cool there.
Yeah. And there's May on Ledbury Road.
Yeah.
Has a lot of French labels.
And what's your favourite online shop for kids? Who do you think does it well?
It's a bit political, isn't it? I have 350 wonderful shops on my website.
Go on, just live a little.
Favourite online shop?
Who do you think does it well?
Maybe Smallable.
Oh yeah, I love
Just
Smallable.
because such a good variety, and she has loads of brands and does decor and children's.
And
fashion.
also again beautifully edited. Like she's got a great eye.
Yeah, she does.
For all the different areas. I agree totally. And it's not some sites. Don't you find you can find the same thing on different sites and it's more expensive. Whereas I think hers is also well priced.
Yeah.
Relative to some other sites.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's constantly staying on top of trends as well.
So tell me 3 things or a couple of things that people don't know about you. Obviously, you've been in the press a lot of late, and you're quite out there as a family. Obviously, with your Instagram account, and people think they know you. Do they really know you? Tell us couple of things at least that people don't know about you?
Ooh,
You mentioned you have a whistling skill.
oh yes. Well, I'm very good at whistling.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a
Is there a
hidden
little?
No. I used to drive my mum crazy because when I was little, I just used to whistle all the time. And then I ended up actually. This is another thing that people don't know. I played the trumpet.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And I still now whistle in the car, and my poor husband will sit there and just be like. But I just like a tune, I guess. So I played. Yes, my mum kind of encouraged me to do the trumpet, and I did that for quite a long time. I was in the marching band in high school.
Were you? Terrible. I'd love to see a picture of that. Tell us something. Like I said, you've been in the press a lot. You've written about your trip. You wrote your amazing piece for the Telegraph, and a few other places. Tell me something, please, I beg you, that people don't know about your trip already.
Well, I'm hoping to write a book from the trip.
About how, will it be pictorial or
Yeah,
written,
I think
or?
it'll be, I think it'll have a lot of photos, so it'll be quite photo-based, but I'd also like to just have it be a bit of, I don't know, I mean, I guess I'll see as I go, and I'll be inspired by what I see and what I learn. But my idea would be to kind of document how families live around the world, and what kind of differences I see, or kind of similarities, and then also perhaps just documenting our personal journey as a family, and how we've hopefully learned to slow down our life and kind of be more present and live in the moment and that kind of thing. And so it perhaps be kind of personal family journey as well as kind of travel related. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yes.
So there you go. You've heard it here first. She can whistle, she can trumpet, she can write, and she can take amazing pictures now too. And we'll miss her. But we are going to be keeping up with you, obviously, on your blog.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank
for your
you very
time.
much.